Basketball star Brittney Griner has landed in the United States after 10 months in Russian detention. U.S. and Russia conducted a one-on-one prisoner swap for arms dealer Viktor Bout. The two-time Olympic gold medalist Griner flew to San Antonio, Texas. She was arrested on February 17th at a Moscow airport after vape cartridges containing cannabis oil were found in her luggage. Meanwhile, Viktor Bout flew home hours earlier to embrace his family on the airport tarmac in Moscow.
Давайте подойдем чуть поближе. Ну, эти кадры, наверное, не нуждаются ни в каких комментариях.
There is much curiosity surrounding Viktor Bout, the man dubbed as Merchant of Death. For almost 2 decades, Bout was the world's most notorious arms dealer. He sold weapons to rogue states, to rebel groups, and murderous warlords in Africa, Asia, and South America. Prior to his arrest, he was one of the world's most wanted men. His story was so unbelievable, it even inspired a Hollywood thriller. Our next report answers the question, who is Viktor Bout?
Who is Viktor Bout? The Russian arms dealer the U.S. swapped for imprisoned basketball star Brittney Griner. The 55-year-old has been dubbed the Merchant of Death and the sanctions buster for his ability to get around arms embargoes. For almost 2 decades now, Bout became the world's most notorious arms dealer, selling weapons to rogue states, rebel groups and murderous warlords in Africa, Asia and South America. His notoriety even inspired a Hollywood film starring Nicolas Cage. Here's what else we know about him. Little is known about Bout's origins. Biographies generally agree he was born in 1967 in Dushanbe, then the capital of Soviet Tajikistan. A gifted linguist, he later used his reported command of French, English, Portuguese, Arabic and Persian to build his international arms empire. A stint in the Soviet army followed, where Bout served as a military translator, including in Angola, a country that would later become central to his business. His big breakthrough came in the days after the collapse of the communist bloc, when he cashed in on a sudden glut of discarded Soviet-era weaponry. In 2007, Douglas Farah and Stephen Brown wrote a biography entitled Merchant of Death, Guns, Planes and the Man Who Makes War Possible. It reported the following details of Bout's shadowy trade. Bout interwove his arms trafficking empire with a seemingly innocuous logistics business. He appeared to have little in the way of firm ideology, placing business above politics. His clients included rebel groups and militias from Congo to Angola and even Liberia. In Afghanistan, he sold guns to Islamist Taliban insurgents and their foes in the pro-Western Northern Alliance. The end only came in 2008 after an elaborate sting operation by the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration in Bangkok. There, Bout was arrested by the Thai police. After 2 years of diplomatic wrangling, Bout was extradited to the U.S., where he faced a raft of charges, including conspiracy to support terrorists, conspiracy to kill Americans, and money laundering. In 2012, he was convicted and sentenced by a court in Manhattan to 25 years in prison. The Russian state has been keen to get him back ever since. Experts say the Russian state's continued interest in Bout, plus his skills and connections in the international arms trade, hint strongly at Russian intelligence ties. In interviews, Bout has said he attended Moscow's Military Institute of Foreign Languages, which serves as a training ground for military intelligence officers.